Page 10. Play these songs arco. Arco means to play with the bow. We will be playing all of our songs now with the bow. Boys and girls, as a reminder, there's a very nice picture at the top of page 10 as to how to hold your instrument and your bow correctly. Middle finger and thumb on the stick, index finger wrapped around the bow grip, fourth finger by the third, and your pinky on your little pinky sticker or pinky pad on top of the frog. Nice curved fingers. A nice line right here. Okay, so your bow. And of course the left hand position, very nice curve right here. Your fingers over top, your four fingers. Your thumb, boys and girls, is supporting the instrument, and your other fingers are over top to make the notes. Okay, that's what it should all look like. Here is your hand position. And we're going to be going into those songs in just a moment, but first let's go over our music symbols at the bottom of the page. First, we have our treble clef. The treble clef is placed at the beginning of every line of music. It tells me that you are playing the violin. It is a high-sounding instrument. It's also used for the right hand of the piano, also for flute music, and quite a few other instruments use the treble clef. That's what it's called. Okay, you're playing a higher sounding instrument. Treble clef. It is at the beginning of your music. Next, we have our time signature. Our time signature looks like a fraction. The top number always tells me how many beats we have in a measure, and the bottom number will tell me what type of note will get the beat. Next, we have our bar line. The bar line is a black line that goes up and down in your music, and it separates the notes into groups called measures. Okay, these are called measures. Every time you see a black vertical line, it's a new measure, and we start counting from 1 again in that group. Then we also have a double bar line, okay? Double line. Take a look at the end of your music. You're going to find that double bar line at the end of the music. It is bold. It is a dark black. It is darker than just a bar line. Okay, this tells me that the music has ended. It's the end of the line. This way, if you have a piece of music that is 2, 3, or 4 lines long, you'll know when to stop. You know, you don't want to stop at the end of the first line if the music keeps going. You need to go to the very end until you see the double bar line. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, we have something called a quarter rest. Take a look at that symbol, boys and girls. To me, that always looks like a seagull flying up high in the sky. Okay, it's called a quarter rest. It's a squiggly symbol. And when you see it, it means that there is 1 beat of silence. 1 beat of silence. Now, the partner note to that is a quarter note. A quarter note is a black note with a stem. It receives 1 beat of sound. Quarter note, 1 beat of sound. Quarter rest, 1 beat of silence. That brings us to the half rest. If you take a look at the very bottom there, half rest is a black bar that sits on top of the 3rd line of the staff. Okay? It almost looks like a hat. Okay, that's how I remember it. It looks kind of like a hat. Hat and half rest both start with H. Now, the half rest is equal to 2 beats of silence, and the counterpart to that note is the half note. The half note is a white note with a stem, okay, and it gets 2 beats, 2 counts of sound. It is not colored in, it is open, it is white, and it has a stem. And then our final symbol here is the whole note. The whole note is just that. It is the whole thing. It is a circle with no stems. No stems, boys and girls. Okay? It is just simply the circle All right, and no stems. So that is a whole note, and the whole note is going to get the whole thing. So if we have 4 beats in a measure, the whole note will be our longest sound, and that will be 4 counts. Okay, now we're ready to go back to the song called Teeter Totter. And it looks to me that our bow will be going back and forth between the D and our A strings. So let's remember our elevator elbow. We're going to be between the 2nd and 3rd floor, but going back and forth. I'm going to lift up my instrument. I'm going to place my thumb all the way back by the nut of the instrument, which is right here. That's where the strings lay before they go into the peg box. That's the nut of the violin. I'm going to put my thumb right there at that curve, boys and girls. And my other fingers are just waiting. They're going to be in the sidelines for right now. They're just waiting right on top of their tapes. We're not using them just yet, but we're getting them ready. We're starting to shape them into a nice curve. All right, here we go. Teeter Totter. We have 4 beats in a measure, and we're playing between D and A. I'm going to play for you first, and then I'll invite you to join me, and we'll do it together twice. Okay, so this is our demonstration first, placing my bow on the D string. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to D. 2, 3, 4. Now stay on the A. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I see my double bar line, so I know that the song is over. Try it with me. Here we go. 1, 2, place your bow. 3, 4. D, D. Tilt the bow. A, A. Back to the 3rd floor. D, D. 2nd floor. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's go back. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Double bar line, the end of the song. Good for you. Keep practicing. Practice, practice.